again. Windows and doors can't keep me in. I feel my heart underneath my skin. Stack up those dreams, won't let them go. Some way, somehow my day will come. This is my time, gonna light it up. Stepping out into the unknown. Stepping out, oh, stepping out to whatever's coming on. Stepping out, I'm a man on fire. Sounds crazy, but I never lose. Oh, you know I'm gonna give it all I got. Do what I came to do. I'm a man on fire, and my day is overdue. This burn is never gonna stop. Do what I came to do. I'm a man on fire. But back to the wall is how I live my life. I risk it all, put it on the line, then blow it up every single time. It's a big world, I'll take it in. If I don't try, how can I win? This chance might never come again. Stepping out into the unknown. Stepping out, oh, stepping out to whatever's coming on. Stepping out, I'm a man on fire. Sounds crazy, but I never lose. Oh, you know I'm gonna give it all I got. Do what I came to do. I'm a man on fire, and my day is overdue. This burn is never gonna stop. Do what I came to do. I'm a man on fire. Oh, 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 oh. I'm a man on fire. Oh, 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 oh. I'm a man on fire. Stepping out into the unknown. Stepping out, oh, stepping out to whatever's coming on. Stepping out, I'm a man on fire. Sounds crazy, but I never lose. Oh, you know I'm gonna give it all I got. Do what I came to do. I'm a man on fire, and my day is overdue. This burn is never gonna stop. Do what I came to do. I'm a man on fire.
Happy Friday, April 7th, 2023. It's Chris and Mark with the NWA Exchange Podcast, the only podcast you need to listen to know everything about Bella Vista and beyond. We've got a lot of news to talk about, a lot to pack in tonight. Not like our friends from Uranus Fudge Factory, but let's go ahead and get into it. What's going on, my dude?
Hey, buddy. What's going on?
Happy Friday.
I apologize for the background. Someone's printing off something right now. So,
man, is it the classified fax machine giving us some updates?
It's the CIA sending something in right now.
Hopefully they redacted everything, though, right? I mean, hopefully they did. Oh man. So
how you doing, man?
It's just been a long week, man. There's a lot of crazy going on in the world, and we briefly talked about some of the stuff that that came out, with Bud Light last night. We don't hold back punches over here. We're entitled to our opinions, and by golly, we're going to use our opinions and our voices while we can. to ensure some type of normalcy for our children's future. That being said, bro, happy weekend. Tell me what's going on in the near future that our viewers may find of interest.
Yeah, buddy. Let me see here. Let me pop in. I got out of this page. So, right around the corner here, we got the annual tree giveaway in Bella Vista, April 21st. That's going to take place from
Are you sure
8
it's
a.m.
April 21st or is it
Yeah,
April 14th?
Oh, I'm sorry, April 14th. I'm sorry. I apologize. I had
Okay.
21st in here. So 8 a.m. to noon, April 14th at St. Bernard's Church. Location address for that is 1 St. Bernard Lane in Bella Vista.
Okay.
It's going to be a drive-through event, so you can't get out, and whatever they want to give you, I guess, is what you're going to get.
Yeah. Hey, man, you get what you get. You don't throw a fit, man. As Grandma used to say, right?
Free is free, man.
Free is free, man. You want something, man, you better pay some money if you don't want it for free.
Right. So compliments of the Walmart Foundation for that. So.
Well, with all the trees that got cut down over in the lot next door, like I said, it looks like a bomb went off. I'm all for people planting more trees.
You're not kidding, man.
Man. So
Look like a napalm, man.
man, dude, it's like I love the smell of freshly cleared trees in the morning. Yeah, it's just totally changed the whole landscape of my house.
Oh,
it's crazy.
No doubt. Well, they were cutting up by me today. That monstrosity home next to it, man. They were just knocking trees left and right.
That lot too. Yeah. It's like, just leave some, dude. Just leave some.
Yeah.
No. They're not doing that. So, what else, man? I think there's something else going on, right?
Yeah, we got the citywide garage sale right around the corner there.
Yeah, so I saw a nice big old pretty sign that looks like what you guys are seeing on the screen at the end of what's the is it Dartmoor Road? I don't know. These signs are popping up everywhere. But the big old signs, man. Huge signs, man. I guess we got to advertise it, bro. So your tax dollar is hard at work paying to advertise some garage sales.
Yeah, citywide garage sale taking place Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th from 7 to 4 p.m. So if you have stuff you want to get rid of, you want to do some spring cleaning in your garage and your shed, just get that stuff out there, get it marked, and someone will be at your door before 7 o'clock, right?
And if you need it marked, Mark will come over and mark it for you. So I mean, he's a great marker. That's why we call him Mark. So.
I'll be there at 5:30.
Be there at 5:30 and mark it up, man.
I wish you still had that comedian thing there.
Yeah.
That clip, that was funny, man. But so my understanding is that someone decided they're going to do the Bella Vista Farmers Market again. So it's not going to be on the information I got. I think the city had it too. Was on Lancashire Boulevard. It's not. It's
they
going to
moved
be in
it
Mercy.
to Mercy's parking lot. I read that as well, and I was just a little confused by that. I mean, it draws a pretty decent little crowd, man. And my concerns with it being in the parking lot is that parking lot, one, not being big enough, but two, the obstructions of people actually having to come into urgent care or whatever, the ER there. It just doesn't seem like a wise place to put it. I mean, is Allen's parking lot not an option? Is Cooper, that Sugar Creek Plaza, is that not an option? That seemed to be the most central point. Where basically people from Bentonville, people from the east side and the west side could meet up, but apparently they don't want to do it at the parking lot where they were doing it. That was a little far out there for anybody on the east side.
Yeah.
But I would just think that there should be there has to be a better venue.
Well, I noticed one thing on the flyer in the website that it's Mercy Hospital. It looks like they sponsored it. Possibly, we'll have to get with the Bella Vista Business Association.
Mercy, Bella Vista Business Association, and obviously the city of Bella Vista. Look forward to those kicking off. First Friday was tonight. I did make it down to Bentonville and got to check that out. I've never been to a First Friday. Our good friends over at Nasty's Float Shop have a booth there, and they were doing demo rides and getting kids and even adult dads and moms up on these one wheels. And
was it busy over there?
It was pretty dang busy, man. All of downtown Bentonville was pretty much cordoned off and. A lot going on. The Main Street in, I'm trying to think of the name of the place. It's off Main Street. It comes up and it's where the old tap house used to be. I think it was the Core Brewing Tap House. I think was on that street as well. That's where Nasty's was set up. They had gel blaster gun demos and stuff. It was just basically you could just try out a bunch of cool stuff on that street. And
How many booths they have out there,
there was a
Chris?
pretty decent amount of booths. It was pretty packed tight. Not a lot of one wheeling through the crowd. I did shoot some video. I'll get that posted up to our Facebook page. Just kind of give everybody an idea of what they can expect to see down there. But First Fridays, first time I ever went. I'm just down there to support the crew and the shop and share the stoke, man.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
Yeah.
So, hey, we got the city council sessions coming up soon. City council planning commissions taking place on April 10th, Monday, this coming Monday, 4:30 p.m. Location is a new building. I hope they have the audio equipment fixed now. The address there is 2483 Forest Hills Boulevard. Following week, we got a three man back to back. So the city council work session is taking place April 17th, 5:30 p.m., same location. In the following week, we have the actual regular meeting taking place at 6:30 p.m. Monday,
And
April
then they have
24th.
the planning commission meeting again on the 27th. So
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just absolutely
Yeah.
crazy. I wish they'd move the planning commission meeting out a little bit later. I think Kevin said he was going to be covering that. That's going to be something we really got to stay on top of. And the other thing we got to get in there is the AMP commission. So
yes, yeah. And the tree giveaway is actually on the 21st. I don't know if we got that date right or wrong.
okay,
but
I
it
had
is
it
on
on
the
the
city.
21st, but I
Yeah,
thought it was the 14th. So it is the 21st.
yeah.
Okay.
The city
I thought I might
city
have.
website has it on the 21st, and the news article that I had the date wrong on there. So
What
it's
news
hard to
article
find.
was that?
Dude, I don't know.
remember.
I've already closed the tab. It was like NWA Online. It might have been from last year.
Okay.
Not
No worries.
not a lot of information being distributed about that. Normally there's an
Well,
event page or something, and I didn't see
well, it's like
anything
the
like that
farmer's
this year.
market. There's no information on that too. I mean, there was my last understanding was going to be in Lancashire. Then I found out it was moved to
Mercy. Yeah.
Mercy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
all right,
just keep an eye
budget
on these
bust.
things, man. Make recommendations for improvement. That's all we can do at this point.
Yep, for sure. 10 box cost plus budget
Woot,
buster.
woot. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, get the air horn going. Maybe. Yeah, there it is. Let's get the air horn going. That's
So,
right. It's all
man,
about the price, baby.
yeah, it is. So we got shank and butt portions right in time for Easter. $1.66 a pound. Bottom round rump roast, whole and bag, $2.98 a pound. Chicken drumsticks, 55 cents a pound. Slab bacon, buddy. I might be grabbing some of that
Bacon,
slab
dude,
bacon.
$7.75, bro. Need to buy a
Yeah,
bunch of that.
that's
Freeze it up.
2.5 pounds of slab bacon. That looks
Yeah.
pretty good too. Bone-in pork sirloins for your carnitas, 99 cents a pound. 10-pound bag of russet potatoes, dude. $3.98 a
You ain't
pound. Or
beating that
$3.98
price
each. I'm sorry.
nowhere, man. You ain't beating that price
No,
nowhere,
heck
man.
no. An 80, 20 ground beef on top of that, $2.47 a pound,
Your
man.
blue
So,
ribbon ice creams, man, for your desserts. Got
yeah,
another page here too, man. 80% lean ground beef, $2.47 a
yeah.
pound, and your mandarin oranges. Hopefully you speak Mandarin. $2.97 each, man. So
Yeah, it's cheap.
yeah,
Good
they
stuff,
got some
man.
good deals out there. Even sweet potatoes, 32 cents a pound, man.
Yeah.
I know the
It's
wife
that
and
1
kid
pound
love.
carrots
Yeah,
too, man.
yeah.
Was that 58? So you get a roast, dude. Grab a roast and grab some roasts and some potatoes for 10 pounds and some carrots, and you're in business, dude.
Yeah,
You
even
know?
got the Pepto Bismol in there too, man, for $4 each, man. So when you get that little, acid reflux action going on from eating like a gluttonous American, you
Americano.
can deal with that, man.
Yeah,
I
for
love
sure.
it. Select King's Hawaiian rolls, man. The ham, dude. That's
Yeah.
right there. Just little mini ham sandwich
Yeah, I
sliders,
love it.
dude. That's the good stuff.
I always overeat, man. I always have a couple. Started off with the first plate, I go heavy with it, and I'm like, I'll go back for more, and I hit that second plate, man, and that's the mistake,
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm just bogged down after that. But it's good stuff, man. So What do you want to? You want to get into it quick?
We're going to
Take
hit a
break?
quick break. Sorry, I got
Okay.
some tabs I'm going to deal with and get closed out, and we're going to go hit a quick break. This is from last Sunday. The weather was beautiful. We went on a family ride down the Greenway to the Bend. I wanted to check out the progress on the connector for Bella Vista. Looks like they're about ready to do some paving, and then hopefully soon be able to start riding all the way into Bentonville again. In the near future, they're wrapping up that section, and it looks like they're making progress on the underpass that goes under 71 behind Nasty's Float Shop, and then that will be a connector to Kohler Mountain Bike Preserve when it's finished. So I'm excited about this progress that's being made on the trail system. Like I said, though, man, with that rain, part of the bridge got washed out upstream again. That's going to be a continual. In a continual state of disrepair until they get the dam situation.
Well, we're going to hit on
figured
now
out.
a little bit tonight. We got
Yeah.
some more news.
Yes, sir, we do. All right, y'all, we'll be right back. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video of just out playing around with the 360 camera on a nice family ride on a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
It must be the way I walk. It must be the way I talk. You know I got something to say, and I can keep going for days, yeah. Call me up if you need a little sauce, baby. Follow me if you get a little lost. I'ma put the money in a toll on the road. You gotta pay the cost to be the boss. Boss up. Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Never been down on my luck. Boss up. Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Boss up, never been down on my luck. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. I got what it takes, got what it takes. I don't want a slice, want the whole cake. Make the money move, that's my forte. Then I'ma take off for the whole day. I'm just weighing all my options. Looking at my watch, hit me back when it's popping. I've been on top, cause my stock never dropping. And this is for the ones that been watching. Boss up. Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Never been down on my luck. Boss up. Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Never been down on my luck. To the
We are back from that short little intermission break.
But tell me about that video, man. I like that video you got going on there.
So I got a 360 camera that goes on the end of a retractable selfie stick, kind of, and it's invisible, so you don't see the stick. You can see the shadows of the stick, but you don't see the actual stick in the video. And so basically, the camera is shooting in 360 degrees, and you do your edits post edit. But remember Kerry Judd? I was talking about him. He's a videographer and stuff, and he was giving me some tips when we were in Vegas at the Airbnb. To basically, he calls it the comb over effect when he's spinning the camera around and stuff. And then it does create some cool effects, as you saw in that little kind of video. I call it the goat rope, though, because I'm from Arkansas. I'm a redneck boy, man. Okay, so it's like swing this thing like I'm roping a goat or something, man. I tell you what. But it makes for a cool effect, man. And it's just, I don't know, playing around with camera gear and stuff. But yeah, 360 cameras, dude, they're great for capturing a different perspective, third person perspective of you doing an action sport versus having a camera mounted on your chest or your helmet. You can see 360 degrees, and you can get that rear view or that front view or that side view to show the path that you're on.
Cool.
Cool stuff,
That's
man.
pretty awesome, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess in some local news, the Friends of Little Sugar Creek have pulled a twisted sister, and they said we're not going to take it anymore, man. Especially after this. I mean, they've been waiting a long time for some type of action, and and we briefly talked about this earlier this week, but we have some information, and basically there's another lawsuit filed against city people. This time it's the city of Bentonville. PPMGR is the law firm that we have received information on, and then it's filed March 29th, 2023, notice of intent to file a suit. They sent this certified mail, return receipt requested to the Honorable Stephanie Orman, mayor of the city of Bentonville. And they basically have let them know, they've put them on notice that notice of intent to sue letter is being delivered to you on behalf of Friends of Little Sugar Creek to provide formal notice to the city of Bentonville, Arkansas, regarding its violations for the Clean Water Act, U.S. Code Title 33, 2251 through 1387, and implementing regulations. And Friends of Little Sugar Creek's intent to sue the city unless the city takes swift and decisive action to remedy the violations. There's multiple violations of pollution that's happening on a daily basis with this failed dam. And they are claiming that the city has violated the Clean Water Act at times and in the manner more specifically described herein, and such violations should be immediately terminated and proper restoration performed. The fundamental purpose of the Clean Water Act is to protect the waters of the United States from degradation by prohibiting the discharge of pollutants into the waters of the United States, except in limited circumstances that do not apply in this case. The furtherance of this purpose to restore and maintain the chemical, physical, and biological integrity of the nation's waters, 33 U.S. Code 1251, and the Clean Water Act prohibits the discharge of pollutants into navigable waters without a permit. Rapinos versus United States is where they're citing case law. Basically, it says that the term waters of the United States is defined by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers regulations to include all waters which are currently used, were used in the past, or may be susceptible to use in interstate or foreign commerce, and their tributaries. Little Sugar Creek is a tributary of Elk River, which is in turn a tributary of the Neosho, Arkansas, and Mississippi rivers, respectively. As tributary of waters which are currently used or were used in the past or may be susceptible to use in interstate or foreign commerce, Little Sugar Creek undoubtedly is part of the waters of the United States. Specifically, the city's inattention to Breach Dam on Little Sugar Creek that impounded the former Lake Bella Vista has resulted in the continued discharge of rock, dirt, concrete, asphalt, sediment, and other fill material into the waters of the United States without a permit in violation of the Clean Water Act, which in turn constitutes an unlawful act under subsection A of 1311 of the Clean Water Act. The city is responsible for the failed dam, the discharge of such rock, dirt, concrete, asphalt, sediment, and other fill material from the Breach Dam, and continued presence of the rock, dirt, concrete, asphalt, sediment, and other fill material in the stream bed of Little Sugar Creek constitutes ongoing and continuing serious violations of the Clean Water Act, and more specifically described below. Unlawful discharges of rock, dirt, concrete, asphalt, sediment, and other fill material from the Breach Dam has caused and continues to cause pollution of Little Sugar Creek, threatens the physical, chemical, and biological integrity of Little Sugar Creek, violates the applicable water quality standards and endangers fish, mussels, aquatic invertebrates, and other biota of Little Sugar Creek. Interesting stuff, right? What are we really actually saying? There's a bunch of dirty, dirty dudes over there in Bentonville. They don't want to clean up. They don't want to do anything with this, right? We need a plan.
Yeah,
right?
It's sad that it's gotten to this point. It's just ridiculous. I mean, you're almost to the point just getting hundreds of people going out there and just cleaning it up ourselves. What
Give
are
me
they
a
gonna do?
backhoe and well, I would say some Bud Light, but no, we're not doing that. Give me a backhoe and some Corona, man. I'll take care of that.
Man, it's
Ridiculous that it takes somebody stepping out of their comfort zone to force politicians to do the
their
right
job.
thing.
right.
Right?
All I hear is excuse after excuse after excuse. You know, we have to put a plan together. You need a plan together to remove concrete and
Well, remember
all-
during the stump dump, they were saying that the stuff that was in the dump wasn't hazardous material, but it was. I mean, Solid Waste Management Act is basically governs all this. Concrete,
right.
when it's burning or whatever, concrete is not it's a man-made product, right?
Right.
There's concrete with asbestos in it. There's all types of nasties in this. Asphalt, petroleum-based product, right? There's OSHA standards for working around, right? So to sit here and say that, oh, it's not a pollutant, it is absolutely 100% a pollutant. You do not want to drink water that has a block of asphalt sitting in it.
Right.
Do that and see how long you live, right?
Yeah.
Don't do
Well,
that. I'm not advocating for somebody to go out and do that either.
Well, that water's been filtering through there for over a year now, man, and just going down. I mean, it's
just such a shame that it's come to this.
I'm sick. I'm just sick of it, man. You know, you're just sick of every time you go by. That's all you see when you go northbound. You know, every time.
Or
you
a
drive
family
by,
with
it's
their
always-
kids sitting in them little fold-out chairs on top of that dam, and I'm waiting for the day that it just pops. You know, I mean,
Yep.
don't do this, people. Please don't do stupid things like this.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's not worth
Right.
it.
Yeah, it is going to collapse. It's just a matter of time, you know.
Yeah.
And the last thing we want to see happen is someone get hurt over it because we can't clean up our mess.
So
you know?
sincerely, PPGMR Law PLLC, Alan Perkins, attorneys for the Friends of Little Sugar Creek. Shout out to Greg. We're gonna have to get Greg back on to talk about what their intent is and everything personally.
Absolutely.
That it's worth some time to sit down with Greg, and we'll do that interview with him. So,
Yeah, I was thinking of possibly just going down there and doing it right on the site. We
We
can have
could.
more discussion about it. It's probably
I can get the drone charged up. We can get some drone footage, some current drone footage as well, and we can put together a nice public service message like we did before.
sounds
All
like a
right,
plan.
man. In other news, Mark, you sent this one over. The IRS chief reveals hiring plan for armed agents. Remember those armed agents that they wanted to hire? Sure. Well, I guess they provided some clarity. They said in a call with reporters that the share of staff working in the IRS criminal investigation unit would not climb above the current level of around 2.6% of the IRS's overall workforce. There are no plans to increase the hiring rate at the IRS CI unit, Werfel said on the call. That will stay at its current rate. The IRS CI examines potential criminal activity related to tax crimes and makes recommendations for prosecution to the tax division of the Department of Justice. Agents at the Criminal Investigations Division are authorized to carry guns and use lethal force. Dubbed gun toters, an armed special agent in the unit are responsible for enforcing those parts of the tax code in which violations amount to crimes.
So let me ask you a question. If you get hired as an IRS agent, do they issue a gun and ammo? I mean,
No, not
What's
by
the
not by default. If you're part of the criminal investigations unit, yes, yeah, you would probably go through some type of training and be certified and all that. My thing is these are tax crimes are not. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say these are not like crimes. They're able to use lethal force, right? And we have to go back and we have to talk about this administration. They've weaponized so many
I know it's
organizations
crazy, man.
under them,
I know.
right? That
You were supposed to use the 1040
you were supposed to
EZ.
you're supposed to use the 1099 to disclose your medical coverage, man, and then you just pop, 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 pop. We're raiding you, man. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
I
Your
just-
mileage was 65 and a half. You took 67.
I just
Off of your leg.
dude, yeah. You took a half a cent more for your fuel reimbursement, man. You know, we're coming after you, bro. You know, like, you can't-
It's going to cost them more to go after people than what they're going to get in return, man. It's just pathetic.
Exactly. And and I mean, this formulate my thought here. they have a pattern of like acting like they haven't done anything wrong, right?
Right.
You know, I
There's
sent
nothing
you
normal about
from a
Niles.
video from our good friend John Talks. We'll pull this up real quick. Hopefully it loads. Give it a moment for our viewers at
Oh
home.
man, this is
But
insane.
this, when you try to I'm gonna have to go with no, hard no. I don't trust them. Right? America watched as basically Afghanistan people overran a military base. You guys remember that, right?
Yep.
I know I remember it. Everybody was appalled.
Right.
How weak our military looked, how weak we looked as a nation, right? This guy's trying to say that, well, that didn't really ever happen. Let's go roll this. Thank you, John Talks. I love this YouTube channel. It's the best YouTube channel out there. One of them.
Once you turn it over, it's just like what we're doing in Ukraine. We give Ukraine
Freaking Joe Pesci up here, man.
artillery ammunition, Stinger anti-air missiles, Javelin anti-tank.
doofus.
It's their stuff at that point, not the Americans. It's their stuff. That stuff belonged to the Afghans. And so this idea, this argument is just ludicrous that we left millions of dollars of stuff in Afghanistan. We didn't.
That we left millions of dollars of stuff in Afghanistan. We didn't.
We
Turned
did.
it over, as the previous administration would have done too, because part of their thinking was they were going to have to turn this material over. It was turned over appropriately and carefully and deliberately with the Afghan National Security Defense Forces.
If at any point in the last 20 years I had said to you that there would be Taliban fighters inspecting U.S. helicopters inside an evacuated hangar, how is that anything other than a U.S. defeat?
John, I would tell you that they can inspect all they want. They can look at them, they can walk around, but they can't. We made sure to demilitarize, to make unusable all
That's
the
not even the
gear
right
that-
context. Hold on,
But
Chris.
wait. There's more. He just said that they can't fly them. They can't drive
know.
them. They can't use
I know,
any
but
of this
hold on for a
equipment,
second.
right?
He said demilitarized. He means decommissioned.
Right.
That's what he's
Yeah.
trying to. That's not demilitarized. It's decommissioned. That's-
Demilitarization means you pull all the weapon systems off of there. You pull the armaments off of there. Anything that can be, used to give somebody a tactical advantage.
Right.
It's like, we're going to auction off some police cars. We remove the light systems, the radio systems. The wiring's probably still intact, right? Because it's invasive process, but you're not leaving anything that signifies that this is a police vehicle. And you don't leave anything that signifies or gives somebody a tactical advantage. That's what you decommission that vehicle from military
Right.
service, and you pull everything of value out of it that can be
Right.
used against your forces. They didn't do that. They didn't do that at all, bro. Like, I remember them claiming that the helicopters couldn't be flown. Well, wait, there's more.
that is at the airport. All the aircraft, all the ground vehicles
A few moments later.
can't operate. We made sure to demilitarize, to make unusable. They can look at them, they can walk around, but they can't fly them.
It was turned over appropriately and carefully and deliberately with the Afghan National Security Defense Forces.
Oh my gosh, John.
Once you turn it over, it's just like what we're doing in Ukraine. We give
Oh my gosh, man. You just can't make this shit up no more. Stuff up no more.
Somebody has to live near this guy.
Why are
Just must-
people just so hell bent on lying, man? I mean, you don't realize you're gonna get caught in a lie, and you still freaking double down and lie.
Imagine if this guy was in our neighborhood. We'd be clowning on him all day. I mean, it's just, yeah.
I was just working on the intel they gave me, guys.
But I think these guys, they're puppets. They lie so much they don't even know what's up and what's down anymore, man. They have no integrity.
Dude, it looks like our frame rate's like just dying tonight, man. Like it looks like the overlords of the internet are
There we go.
after us again, bro.
we like to see.
Luckily,
Kevin
we're
and KC.
recording. Luckily, we are recording. We did do a speed test beforehand, and everything was good. But apparently, this is the world we live in today. Let's talk about
Absolutely.
it and get our butts handed to us. Well, like I said, I'm not cool with the liars anymore, man. I'm sick of it. This guy, I don't trust him any further, and I could throw him. I think that they did intend on this, and now they got caught, and that's what their point of coming out with this piece is try to smooth things over and gaslight the American people and say, no, we were never going to increase the number of armed IRS agents. Well, in other news, Mexico's president responds to Trump's arrest. Let's try to give this a moment, man. I'm watching our drop frames go up, man. It's really just not.
It's about control, buddy.
It's
all about control,
dude. We are recording, bro. So, I mean, maybe we're going to just have to drop some shorts. I don't know. I'm sorry about this, y'all. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went from 3% to 31% dropped frames in a very short time period. I'm going to do a quick test of our backup.
All right.
And maybe we'll go to a quick break and come back with a fresh new feed. I don't know. We'll see. And the backup is coming along pretty good. Sorry about this, y'all. This really just chaps my rear.
It is what it is, man. We're used to this kind of nonsense.
It's bad when my T-Mobile internet is faster than Cox.
Yeah, you have
more
to get
reliable.
You have to get your credit for the month, man.
Well, I owe my $5 credit. That
No, the whole month. I mean, because this has been
they're
going
getting
on
ready
for the
to
last
get
few
canceled.
weeks.
I'm getting ready to cancel Cox altogether. They can,
It is horrible.
It's like
Yeah.
I'm getting 274 down off cellular. I'm only getting 224 down off of Cox and 39.5 up, and I only get 10 up. Off of Cox. So it's getting ready to just pull the trigger, man.
Might as well. They're not worth anything. I mean, at this point.
Well, y'all, I can try to do a quick flip. Hopefully the feed will stay up long enough. We can try that. If it doesn't stay up, we'll come back and we'll
I'm
come back
at
with part two.
I'm at 291 down and 10 up. So
all right. Check our feed.
Yep.
Our feed should still be good, and hopefully it will
shows live.
normalize. Does it still show us live? All right. Let's go ahead and just check it one more time.
Yep, we're good. We're back up and running, buddy.
Are you sure? We're good.
Yeah. Looks like we're on it. Screen's up. I'm looking at it on my phone.
Sure, because I don't trust Facebook. Yeah, I see that we're still up. All right, sweet. We're still up, y'all. Maybe that gets a little bit better. I am not seeing drop frames come in. Thank you very much, T-Mobile, for being, an awesome service provider in Bella Vista, Arkansas. Cellular
Cox
is the way,
can't get
man.
it done.
Yeah, cellular is the way. So Mexico's president responds to Trump's arrest. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador on Wednesday criticized the historic charges against former President Donald Trump, suggesting the indictment is politically motivated. Supposedly, legal issues should not be used for electoral purposes, López Obrador told reporters at the briefing on Wednesday. According to the AFP and Associated Press news agencies, I don't agree with what they're doing to former President Trump. He also said, I do not know if crimes were committed. It's not my place. He described the charges against Trump as a smear campaign and added that it should be the people who decide. Other than López Obrador, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán publicly spoke out about the charges. In a Twitter post, Orbán told Trump to keep on fighting and said that we are with you. López Obrador had a warm relationship with Trump despite the former U.S. president's public statements that he would build a wall separating the two countries to stave off illegal immigration from Mexico. After López Obrador agreed to help keep illegal aliens at the U.S.-Mexico border in what was known as the Migrant Protection Protocol, as Trump largely refrained from criticizing Mexico and its president's policies. Both Trump and López Obrador have often said that they have had elections stolen from them and both frequently criticized media in their respective countries. During the 2006 and 2012 presidential election, López alleged that there was massive voter fraud that denied him victories. After it was announced by Trump last month that he would be arrested, the Mexican president also suggested that the charges were politically motivated. Trump then praised López Obrador, a left-wing populist, commonly referred to as Elmo, or AMLO, on Truth Social. Lopez Obrador notably criticized social media companies for banning Trump's accounts in the wake of the January 6, 2021 Capitol breach. In November of last year, he urged Twitter under Elon Musk to reinstate Trump's then suspended accounts. Few other world leaders have offered their opinions on the Manhattan District Attorney's charges against the former president. The White House, meanwhile, has generally refrained from commenting on the charges against Trump. Well, buddy, don't worry.
At least he comes out and says something about it. The rest of the world, like Macron with France, he doesn't even say anything. None of these guys do. They don't have any cojones. You know?
After Trump's indictment, GOP prosecutors want to go after the Bidens. See what says James Comer. See what happens when you guys you play a game and you think that the rules don't apply to you, right?
Right.
The rules under law apply to everybody.
Apply to everybody. Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
And so if you can go after somebody for something as petty as you didn't disclose what this payment was for accurately in your ledger, right? And we're going to trump up charges on you to equal over 100 years in jail.
Right.
Imagine what we can do with the laptop. Imagine what we can do with those art sales that Hunter was doing. Imagine what we can do with him lying to an Arkansas judge saying he had no income whenever sources prove otherwise, where he was getting $50,000 a month. Right?
Crazy stuff. Yeah.
Right. Have you seen any prosecutions regarding the Epstein client list? Nope.
Zilch. Zero. Nothing. Nada.
We're supposed to trust that they're doing the right thing by the people, that they're actually exercising the law appropriately, justly, equally across the board. You believe that?
Well, and we have rule of law for a reason, and that's why Americans are sick and tired of the nonsense. It's ridiculous, man. People are fed up with it.
They are.
Rules for
so.
thee, not for me, man.
House Committee Chairman James Comer, Republican from Kentucky, said the Trump indictment has spurred calls from county GOP attorneys about how they can go after President Joe Biden and his family. He suggested that the unprecedented charges against former president, viewed by many Republicans as politically motivated, opened a can of worms which might ultimately spark political retaliation from GOP attorneys. I had 2 calls yesterday from one attorney in Kentucky and one from a county attorney in Tennessee, Comer said on Fox News on April 5th. They were Republican, obviously both states, and heavily Republican. They want to know if there are ways that we can go after the Bidens. Now, if you open it up, you set a precedent, guess what? Everybody's going to start following that precedent. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, a Democrat, unveiled a list of 34 felony charges against former President Donald Trump. Trump pleaded not guilty to the charges, which centered around a $130,000 payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. Daniels in 2016 was prepared to go public with claims that she and Trump had an affair in 2006. However, Trump has persistently denied these claims. With this move to indict Trump, Comer said, they've set precedents now that can't go back on. I just said that, didn't I? The result, Comer suggested, would be more ambitious political people like Alvin Bragg pursuing big pie-in-the-sky federal cases for political ends. It's just not a good path that we need to go forward in our judiciary, Comer said. Warnings of repercussions. Comer's not the first lawmaker to warn of possible damage wrought upon American institutions by the indictment. But today, American politics crosses the line that's never going to come back from, said Senator Marco Rubio from Florida in a video posted on his Twitter page after Trump's arraignment, especially on the basis of how ridiculous these charges are. Specifically, Rubio echoed Comer's point that the case gives a green light to prosecutors on both the left and the right to target their political enemies. This is not the way that American forefathers decided that we were going to do this country, Mark. This is not the American way. And for anybody to sit here and root for the Biden administration and what these Democrats are doing right now, just know that one day it's going to happen to your team or you personally. And there ain't going to be nobody on the other side.
This isn't about parties. It's about following the rule of law at the end of the day, right? if we don't have laws, then we have chaos, and that's exactly what's happening now.
Do
If
we
you
have
don't-
chaos? Do we have chaos in America right now, though? Come on, let's be real, bro. Do we? I don't think so. I think it's all peachy sunshine and rainbows, bro. There's no problem. I mean, dude, we got Dylan Mulvaney, man, the face of American beer now. You know, I mean, like, there's no chaos. There's none, son.
Yeah.
What are
It's
you
all a
talking
figment
about?
of my
man? You are.
imagination.
Maybe you need to check into the psyche valve, dude.
It's on me, man.
It's all on you, dude. Yeah. Maybe you need to go listen to some other podcasts. Hello, friends. Get in the right mood, mindset before you continue to go down this negative path, man.
You're too much, man.
Inside jokes, y'all. Inside jokes. Anyhow, yeah, I like I said, I think this is setting a bad precedent, and other world leaders and politicians are starting to cue in on this. That, well, we took a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Yeah, that's about it, man.
Did I do that? Am I stinker? Dollar bull market to end as Fed tempers rate hikes strategist. The end of the rapid interest rate rises would end the dollar's historic run. Tell me a little bit why you sent this one over here, brother.
Well, the biggest thing, man, is we keep on printing money, man. We're devaluing our currency, right? Then the destabilization.
Now,
would-
if we need
would-
more money, we just print more, man.
Well, what happens is, and you get China and Russia now exchanging and buying natural gas and other things, and they're going to start converting over and stop using the U.S. dollar, weaken the U.S. dollar is what's going to happen, you know, and it's just going to further put pressure on exchange rates.
Yeah.
You know,
Brazil,
and
China
what-
forego dollar in favor of own currencies. So if the American dollar is nothing, we go back to being a third world country. Very
Absolutely.
fast.
Yep.
Very
Yep.
fast.
Yep.
You don't see that that's a
I should go back to the gold standard.
possibly the motives behind all of this, the collusion between corporate entities, because we've seen the biggest profits in corporate history. This is all greed. This is all 100% greed on politicians' parts, on corporate parts, on the lobbyists' parts, to exploit the American people, the people who want the American dream, the people who want to come to this country and have the American dream.
Right.
The American dream is being I don't know, poured out to other countries at this point.
Yep.
You're being taken advantage of by all these corporate entities. And you can look
I
at the
think
players. You can look at the
I just
same
think it's
players
irony.
over and over again, man.
Yeah, I mean, and then people just sit there in the companies like, oh, you know, inflation and prices. We have to keep on raising our prices, but every time the earnings calls come in, every quarter, record earnings. Why do you think that's happening? Because they're taking it out of the American people's wallets, man, and under
Well,
the
on top
guise
of it, they're
inflation.
charging you more and having you do the work in their stores.
Right, right.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
the automated stores, the
Right.
the self checkout, the lack
Absolutely.
of customer service, the lack of quality.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you'll just buy another.
Lack
one,
of common
right?
sense.
How is that doing green for the globe? Right. We build crappier products that don't stick around at all. We throw them away every 2 years. You're lucky if you get a year's worth out of a vacuum these days.
Yeah.
Right? A year's worth of use, and then that vacuum just sucks. And it doesn't suck like suck stuff up off your carpet. It's done. It ain't sucking no more. It's a piece of crap, right?
Yep.
And so you throw it away and you purchase another one. And they know that. They know
So I
that.
can
They know
think-
that. They know that.
Over my life, I can think about probably about 4 to 5 refrigerators we've been through. My grandfather had a refrigerator, even after he passed away, was 60-something years old, a Frigidaire, man.
Yeah.
60-something years old
Yeah.
and still running, man.
I think that's what we have as a Frigidaire, and I think that's
Yeah.
what we also have in the garage is a Frigidaire.
the
It-
the
things
old
just run,
cold,
dude.
those old cold spots, man, the small, they're short ones are like about maybe 4 foot tall, maybe.
Yeah.
And it was still rocking and rolling.
Oh, those
man.
things were built like, shit brick houses, dude. I mean, those things you couldn't. I mean, those things you could store a body in one of them for 100 years. Man.
Unbelievable, man.
I
I
To
know.
be honest,
know.
dude.
But
You
that's
know?
the
Walt
thing.
Disney's probably buried in one of them suckers, man.
You
know,
you
for
get
real.
these fancy Mitsubishi, the French door ones, and you have a compressor issue or something like. Chris, it's going to cost you so much money to get the parts and get it fixed. You're better off just dumping it after a while, man. And that's.
But I mean, this
it's
is
disposable.
hard-earned money, man, that people are spending on this stuff.
Yeah,
and like,
absolutely.
You know, and these corporate people are just fine with screwing over people and saying, "Oh, you know, dude, you got to think, man, $100 is nothing today, right?
It
But
isn't.
it takes
It
a
isn't.
lot to make $100.
Yeah.
It
It
takes a
does.
lot of hours to make $100 after you pay your taxes and you actually have a solid $100 in your pocket,
Yeah.
right?
For some people, it's a whole day's work, man. You know,
Easily.
most people
Easily,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because they're going to take out
It's
money
just
for
not
the
sus-
taxes. They're going to take
Yeah.
out money for their benefits. So by the time that you've worked $100 day, you've probably put in 8-9 hours.
Yeah. Well, they're already projecting out for their next quarters. They're already projecting out in what, the second, third, and fourth quarters that they're going to be declining because there's no more money, man. People are bleeding out already. They're already going into their retirement savings. They don't want to acknowledge that so they can live, so they can feed their
Yeah,
families.
there was a report being basically that came out this week talking about people and their car payments, right? And car payments, the number of people who are more than 60 days behind on their car payments has drastically increased. So
Yeah.
again, people are overextending themselves trying to keep up with the Joneses, buying them Tahoes or buying. Dude, you could go buy a pickup truck today, and you're still going to be in. I mean, you're looking at $800-900 truck payment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's very true. I think that was the average. It was an 880 or
Yeah.
something like that. That was an
Yeah.
average payment. That won't even go over 400. Everything's paid off for my vehicles are all paid off.
Yeah, same here.
I don't want another car payment. I'm not paying
No.
$40,000-$50,000.
I would say watch out for the next Cash for Clunkers initiative because that happened under the Obama administration, where basically people took in serviceable vehicles and they got a check from the government, right?
Right. Yeah.
You know, to turn in that serviceable vehicle that would last a lot longer than any of these EVs out there or any of these new
Yep.
vehicles out there. We live in a throwaway society, but then we sit here and talk about how we need to be sustainable and green and do better for our environment. But yet we're
It's a
throwing
scam,
away
man. It's a money
totally
grab.
serviceable vehicles, right?
Right.
You know, and me personally, I'm gonna drive my thing until the wheels fall off, and then I'm gonna put new wheels on it. And if the motor goes, I'm gonna go buy a motor, and I'll drop a new motor in it. You know, luckily I am mechanically inclined. I am
Yep.
a person I will fix it. I will drive it. I don't give a crap if it's a shit box or not. I'm driving it until I am forced to purchase a new vehicle, and then I will make a wise decision. And I won't purchase a new vehicle. I'll purchase a nice used vehicle.
Right.
Let somebody else eat that cost. That's the advice that I give to young people. Dude, it's a car.
Yeah.
It's a
Get you from
car.
point A to point B, man. Yep.
It's not. I mean, people look at vehicles as a status symbol. I get it. I understand. I was young once and all that, but dude, it gets me from point A to point B. It
Yeah.
transports my goods. It transports my family safely. That's all I care.
Right. Yeah.
You leave that judgment about my shit box at the door. Moving along, man. Moving along. We got a lot. Still got a lot. Walmart says its electric vehicle charger network is in the works. Amazing. Another Walmart story. I would call this, man, just a monopoly
They got their hands in
organization,
everything.
dude. I
Yeah.
mean, they're in
There's no
healthcare,
such
they're in
thing.
dental, they're in vision, they're in
Hey, there's no
transport,
such-
they're in goods, services, internet. You name
guess-
it, man.
I guess they closed down the Federal Trade Commission, huh? They don't work anymore or what?
I mean, do we know that there's monopolies, right?
Yeah.
Can we safely say that?
Nothing to
So
see
what
here.
happened? What happened with those antitrust and anti-monopoly laws? Like, because I haven't heard nothing in
Nothing.
years.
Yeah.
right?
Nothing. Crickets.
Wealthiest family, though, right? Guess they get what they want. Don't worry, Ace has
Sure.
got their back. Whenever he runs for president,
Yeah,
he's
he
already-
is running for
yeah,
president, by
yeah.
the way.
He's
I
got
just
their
saw,
back.
I just saw that. Yeah.
How many businesses did shut down in Arkansas that were owned by them. 0 during COVID, right?
I can't. You know what? I can't wait. I can't wait to find the list of Republican candidates running for president. Man, how many do you think they're going to be? Man, there were 17.
There were
before.
17 last time, man, and Trump
Yeah.
swept the deck with all of them, man. And,
What do you think, man? Do you think it'd be 20 plus?
I don't know,
Or do you
man.
think it'd be-
Nikki Haley, man, she pulled in a bunch of money, man, already. So
Did you?
yeah, I think she pulled in a pretty decent amount of money already. But it's like this is what the joke is, man. It's like it doesn't matter how much. I mean, look at Bloomberg, dude. I mean, that guy went and started
Blew
working
billions.
for a Whataburger, man, after he blew how many millions and billions of dollars. I don't know,
He's
man.
loaded though, man. He's so
Yeah.
loaded, but
Yeah.
he did blow up billions of dollars.
Yeah, but it's like, Trump's getting advertising for free, man, right now. He really is.
For sure.
And to I've talked to some people and they're just like, man, what they're doing to this man is just so wrong. It's so wrong, and it's actually like made them open their eyes up to how screwed up the political system is.
It's true.
So all you're doing is still in the resolve of the American people to say, Twisted Sister, we're not going to take it. We're not taking it no more, man.
A music reference, man.
It is. The music references are always strong on me, man. But yeah, Walmart's going to roll out an electrical vehicle charging network, and it works. I'm curious how that's going to work for Teslas.
Yeah,
and Tesla's
Sam's
charging
too, I guess.
Tesla's charging network is proprietary and all that.
Yeah.
I know Elon said that he was going to, kind of open some stuff up at the behest of the government. We'll just have to watch this one and see how it plays out. There is that Bentonville-based company called Canoe. They're making those little, I don't know, it looks like a fifth grader drew it van. It's a bubble van. Yeah, the bubble van.
Yeah.
But cool beans, man. That there'll be more availability of charging networks.
I don't know where they're
in the
going to
works,
put
but
them, man.
are they actively working on sustainable power solutions to power these charging stations? That would be the question that I have. Right.
Well, here's the problem you got with this thing is the failing power grids, which we discussed in episode 5 or 6, something like that. There's nothing been done to them, man.
Right.
And once those start crashing,
so when you have the brownout, right, Mark, you can blame the electrical charging networks in Northwest Arkansas, while your house, is a hot box during the summer.
Right.
Because I don't see them investing money in, I don't know, green energy and farms around here and solar farms and everything. Like, let's start. Like, if you want to do this, then be part of the solution, and that's enhance the power grid. No, at this point, you're just consuming. You're consuming, just like your data centers consume. All your data collection consumes, right? But act like you're being the hero out here, and we're going to put more charges out there for people. Everybody sees through the bullshit. Maybe they don't. I do. I see through it all. So, just saying.
Well, the grid's like a dam, and it's cracking, right? And we just keep on patching, and eventually, it's gonna just break down completely, and huge areas of the U.S. are going to be shut down, man.
More news from the IRS that they are promising to increase audits of wealthy taxpayers with their $80 billion funding boost. I can tell you what $80 billion would do for the American people. $80 billion, we could just eliminate the tax code and put it down to, I don't know, simple flat tax and fire a bunch of IRS agents. But that will never happen. No way, man. This is the snake eating and feeding off of itself.
There are people that say that if it was a flat tax, it would never be able to, it wouldn't be able to be sustainable. But I disagree, man.
A 5% flat tax across the board.
I don't know if you could do 5, but I think 10%.
10% would be less than most people are paying.
Yeah, I think 10%.
I don't know what the magic number is, but I'm just saying a flat tax across the board would probably work. I mean, it would.
I mean, a lot of these bigger companies and corporations find ways to do write-offs. You know the game, man, and they can defer taxes out and play that game, and you'd be surprised, and they might not even be paying that. You know what I mean, or less than that, or nothing for all we know.
I'm a proponent for
10%
tax
off.
reform, man, for sure, dude. I really am. I think that I pay too much taxes, and some
Then
people
then you
don't
don't
pay
have.
enough.
Yeah, you get, but they make it so complicated, Chris. Just, I agree. Just a straight flat tax across the board. I don't care who you are. I mean, listen, if it's a minimum or 30, anything under 30,000 or something like that, I mean, there's got to be some kind of something made, an adjustment made there.
Right.
But people making millions or billions of dollars, 10%, and there's no
Yeah.
there's no argument, man. You get
No,
whatever
they would
you
gladly pay that too. That's just
Yeah.
less than probably what they're paying now, dude. And less
you
paperwork.
get-
And I
you-
mean, you're paying people to prepare your taxes and
Yeah,
do all this
these guys
stuff.
they have major accounting firms, what, KPMG, all these big accounting firms, they're paying hundreds of millions of dollars to keep these IRS agents at bay. That's what they
Yeah.
do, man.
Yeah,
That's what
they
they do. And going to a flat tax
Just make sure
like
you
that,
do it right, or you may be indicted on 36 counts of fumbling your books.
Yeah, but in a lot of cases, they hire people from the government that were
Oh, the revolving door guy that worked
sure.
for the IRS.
They were
and
CPAs.
yeah,
CPAs that
yeah.
work for the government now work for major accounting firms. It happens. It happened right with Twitter. With what was that? Was CIA or was it FBI agents
yeah.
that were working there?
Yeah,
You know?
well, it's also happening in our backyard too. We see a lot of that happening in Northwest Arkansas, son.
Yeah. Surprise.
Banks could begin canceling lines of business credit soon. More than half of small businesses say they can't get adequate funding and financing. The growing banking crisis has small business owners concerned for their lines of credit could be canceled as elevated interest rates further diminish loans in the financial sector. Molly Day, vice president of the public affairs with the National Small Business Association, said these firms are justifiably concerned about the security of their finances, particularly following the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. They've been through it all before, credit lines being called in early, loans being reduced. She added, it was a nightmare then, and it would be a nightmare again. Today, but unlike large businesses that can absorb financial fluctuations, small businesses are often seen as risky and having little recourse. The economic recession from 2007 to 2009 sent shockwaves through the small business sector as fewer startups were created. Layoffs were implemented and commercial lending slowed down.
What's scary about this, Chris, is that anytime any bank can call in a repayment, they can just call a repayment in and say, hey, we want the money or take the credit line, and you're done.
Yep.
You're done.
Exactly.
Smaller companies can't absorb this because they're buying supplies and goods to try to sustain their business. And they have a line of credit that's out there with these banks. All of a sudden, if they freeze that credit line or they have a loan and they recall it, you're done, dude. You're done. And this is.
Or if you have people like Asa Hutchinson shutting down the state 2 weeks to flatten the curve, and your business your business was just brand new, you're starting up your business.
You're done.
You're trying to do right by your employees, right? But dude, you just 2 weeks wasn't 2 weeks.
Right.
And 2 weeks turned into 7 months. And yet
Yeah,
you've got
destroyed
Asa
these
sitting there on
companies.
Fox News saying, we never shut down Arkansas. No, you're a liar. Liar?
Yeah, he did. He did shut it down. Well, and just like you said, if someone that's trying to scale a business that's small like that, a larger corporation can absorb that because they can get the PPP funds.
Or
right?
the small business owner is leveraging their savings and anything that they had, their personal finances, to try to keep their dream afloat.
Right.
And then they just totally go full under. And these policies from government entities are ruining people's American dream. See?
Right.
It's Good Friday, man, but we got to talk about some of this stuff so that we can actually be good people on Sunday.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, these are the topics a lot of people don't want to talk about, but it's the reality of what's going on out there, you know? So
I want to do a poll, man. Do you think that the government is working in your interest at this point? I think that's a worthwhile poll. I want to know the government as a whole, the federal government, the state government, the local government. I know you did a poll that said, do you think that the local city government has your best interest at hand? Right. And
unequivocally,
overwhelmingly, no. No, they don't.
I think it was 97% said no, absolutely not. And that's what you got, because when you lose someone's trust, like that, when you lose and people don't believe what you got to say anymore, that's it. You're done. That's why I've been bringing up over and over again at these city council meetings. You provide no value to the community.
No.
You need to tender your resignation. And then that's why, because people, it doesn't matter what you say from here on out. You lost everybody's respect.
Dude, I'm sorry, man. My daddy had a saying, dude, before he left this shitty world, and it was, shit on me once, shame on you. Shit on me twice, shame on me. Right? And that's a very valid saying, because I'm a dummy if I let you do it again. Right. I'll give you the pass the first time, but you ain't getting the opportunity to do it again.
Well,
but these people continually to double down. They act like they are above reproach, and that, and I don't want to ever hear a politician tell me, well, it must be a really bad place to live in, a place that tries to make somebody look bad. I'm not in the seat. I'm not the one crapping on people. I don't live in a place to make you look bad. I'm calling you out on your bad behavior.
Right.
Which is my God-given right, because you're not a good person. I'm encouraging you to be a better person. Do right by the people, and you won't have the flack. But you got to humble yourself sometimes and realize that you're not you're not a king. You're not a person in power.
Right.
You're an elected representative to represent people.
Absolutely. But that's what it goes back to. Once you betray that trust, you hold no value. You have no value anymore.
And that's how I feel about the majority of politicians these days.
Yeah.
I'm not
but they
right.
ignore it.
I'm not left. I'm an American. That's all I am.
Yeah.
That's all I'll ever be. I'm not a partisan person.
Yeah.
I'm a God-fearing American. That's what I am.
People use that saying trust but verify. I don't even use that anymore. I just use verify, because there's so much misinformation.
There's no trust anymore.
You can't anymore. Chris, how many times have we seen this? I mean, there's stuff that we even have, we see through FOIA requests. We see stuff that we don't even have conversations about. It just mind-boggling to me. Just mind-boggling.
I've seen stuff in FOIAs that just make the hair stand up on the back of my neck every time I think about it. That you have a prosecuting attorney for a city that basically knows that there's a problem, but doesn't do anything under a veiled threat.
Right. Yeah.
Potential criminal behavior.
Right.
Environmental violations. The whole 9 yards, and you never did nothing.
Yep.
But I'm supposed to trust that our city attorney is actually doing the right thing by the people and looking out for the people's best interest, or covering the city's ass.
Right.
That's the difference. Public service is not about your ass.
Yep.
It's about everybody else's ass.
Yeah, this is like the old thing that they say with the Human Resource Department. You have any issues, please go to the Human Resource Department with these corporations. But the fact of the matter, responsibility for human resources is to protect the company, not to protect the employee.
Right.
So I know it's hard for people to understand that,
No,
but
and
that's
human
the reality.
I mean, like, and you can go and work a job for 30 years, man, and you think that they're loyal to you, and you're going to stick it out to 40, right? But they'll crap you in a heartbeat. You dealt with that, Mark. When you worked for Tyson, right?
Right. Yeah.
They just, man, sorry. Here's a severance package, bro. You're done, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Didn't ask you one question of how you're doing financially.
Yeah.
I mean, can you afford this?
Man.
No, business is business.
Right.
So don't look at me or Mark or our podcast as like we're the bad guys, because business is business. But you're in the business of, supposed to be in the business of looking out for me, but you ain't. You're looking out for number one, just like everybody else.
Right. Yeah.
That's fine. You can be that person if you want. I'll speak out truth, and that helps everybody. That's the way I look at it, son. All right, man. Well, the last one. Solemnly, man. We had to talk about, the Bud Light thing yesterday, but there was a more serious situation that took place in Nashville with that Christian school shooting. And lo and behold, man, another future Bud Light spokesperson with Communist Manifesto arrested for planning shooting at schools and churches and police. This is Holy Week. This is Good Friday. Sunday is Easter Sunday, man, where our Lord Jesus Christ raised, stood up from his tomb and walked the earth again, right? I would say that there is a undertone happening in this messed up community of people that really is starting to target people who unequivocally disagree with their lifestyle choices. And I would say that this weekend may be a potential bad weekend for people. I'm not trying to put fear in anybody. I just keep your head on a swivel, right? Use your Second Amendment as you see fit. Use your constitutional carry as you see fit. But I can tell you one thing, man. The group of people that are living in the times of Sodom and Gomorrah are starting to head spin. Like, what was that? The Exorcist.
Exorcist.
Yeah. Starting to puke green stuff and everything else, man. They're starting to lash out. And it's evident in the past two shootings that we've seen, right? And the mainstream media will cover it up in a heartbeat, if it doesn't serve the agenda. I would say keep your head on a swivel this weekend. We know that Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior, and he's here, always here with us, walking with us in this earth until he actually comes back in the physical form. And when that day comes, bro, it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Scary for some, beautiful for others.
Right.
But I'm just saying, keep your head on a swivel. This stuff is ramping up over here. I'm seeing more and more undertones on the wires and stuff of, Christians being targeted inappropriately. I would consider this a hate crime, targeting Christians. I would personally believe that that's a hate crime, but the person's not a person of color, and they're a protected class and planning to take out action on, Christians. And we know Christians are not the
happening all over the world.
Not
man.
what the mainstream media is focused on these days, are they?
No, absolutely not.
So that being said, I hope everybody has a great Easter. Remember, the reason for the season is Jesus Christ, him rising from the dead. He was crucified, died, was buried, and rose. And he did all that for us, every last one of us, regardless if you believe in him or not. We hope that everybody has a great Easter holiday. Spend time with family and friends, and reflect on what it means to be a Christian in this country. Yeah. There are no perfect Christians. I'm going to let you know that right now. The only perfect Christian that ever walked this earth, the earth persecuted and put to death.
Yep.
Even Pontius Pilate said, I cannot find a crime that this man has done. Yep. Right. That being said, have a great weekend. We guys will catch you guys probably on the next one. I don't know when it will be. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe not. I don't know. Right. We'll see.
Take care, everybody.
Catch you on the next one. Flip side, we out.
I'm not afraid to take a stand, take a stand. Everybody, come take my hand, we'll walk this road together, through the storm, whatever weather, cold or warm, standing up, you're not alone. If you feel like you've been down the same road.